Have you ever sent a text message that almost ruined your life?
A message where one wrong word, one tiny algorithmic mistake changes your entire future.
Hey, English learners, welcome back to the English Mint podcast, where we learn daily and speak fluently. I'm Allie.
And I'm Hannah.
If you're watching this right now, do not click away. The full playlist is on your screen. Keep it running. But today we have a story that is going to keep you on the edge of your seat.
Today's story has a twist. It's about love, yes, but it's also about danger. The danger of trusting a machine with your true identity.
We call this episode the translation trap.
Listen carefully, because the English you learn today might save your relationships tomorrow.
Let's set the scene. It is freezing, minus 15 degrees. The snow is falling heavily over St. Petersburg, Russia. The Neva River is solid ice.
In a small, dark apartment, we meet Lena.
Lena is a Russian girl with deep, quiet eyes. She works at a local library. Her life is surrounded by old books, dusty shelves, and silence. So much silence.
Her family wants her to marry a local man, a safe, wealthy man, someone who works at the bank, someone who doesn't ask questions about the world. But Lena
looks at the maps in her library. She traces the lines of the world with her finger. She feels trapped. She wants warmth. She wants a connection that feels real.
Now, let's travel 3,000 miles away to Madrid, Spain.
The sun is blinding. The streets are loud. People are laughing, drinking coffee, speaking rapid-fire Spanish, and working under the hood of a broken car in a noisy auto shop is Rustam.
Now, pay attention here, because Rustam's story is unique. He was born in Madrid. He is Spanish. He speaks perfect, fast street Spanish.
But his name, Rustam, comes from his grandparents. They immigrated from Russia decades ago. Rustam doesn't speak a single word of Russian. He only knows the heavy, sad songs his grandmother used to hum and the taste of the soup she made.
He is a mechanic. His hands are always covered in grease, but in his heart, he's intensely curious about his bloodline. He feels like half of his soul is missing, buried somewhere in the snow of St. Petersburg.
One night, Rustam is sitting in his tiny apartment in Madrid. He decides to explore. He opens a Russian heritage forum on the internet. He just wants to see what his ancestors' country looks like.
But because he doesn't know the language, he has to copy and paste every single comment into a translation app, Spanish to Russian, Russian to Spanish.
He sees a post, a picture of an old library in St. Petersburg. The caption says, "Some days the books are the only things that speak to me."
Rustam stops scrolling. He looks at the name, Lena.
He types a message in Spanish into his app. He translates it to Russian. He doesn't overthink it.
I am surrounded by millions of people in loud Madrid, but I think your silent library is exactly where I belong.
That's a good hook, Allie.
It worked. 5 minutes later, his phone buzzes. Lena replies.
And just like that, a spark is lit in the darkness.
For the first month, they text all night. Rustam finishes his brutal shift at the auto shop, washes the oil off his hands, and texts Lena while she drinks her morning tea in St. Petersburg.
They share everything. Lena tells him about the pressure from her family to marry the wealthy banker. Rustam tells him about his grandmother and how he feels like a stranger in his own country.
But remember, they share absolutely no language. Lena speaks Russian, Rustam speaks Spanish.
So they rely entirely on the translation app. Every single message passes through a machine before it reaches the other person's heart.
At first, it's funny, it's a game.
Rustam types in Spanish, "You look beautiful today." The app gives Lena Russian that translates back to, "Your face is very acceptable this morning."
Lena replies, "My face thanks your face."
They build their own secret, weird world. But guys, listen to this. Translation apps, they don't understand context. They don't understand human emotion. They are just algorithms.
And algorithms cannot feel love or pain.
3 months pass. The pressure on Lena is getting heavier. Her parents have set a date for her engagement to the banker. She is panicking. She feels like her life is ending.
She texts Rustam in the middle of the night. She writes a long, emotional, desperate paragraph in Russian. She puts it into the translator, converts it to Spanish, and sends it.
The translated message says, "The walls are closing. The man is chosen. I need a way out. I need you to take me from this place. Are you ready for me?"
Rustam reads this sitting on the floor of his small apartment. He looks at his hands. They are stained with permanent engine grease. He looks at his bank account. It is almost empty.
He loves her. He wants to save her. But he realizes a brutal truth. He is just a mechanic. He can't fight a wealthy Russian family. He has no money to offer her a good life in Spain.
He cries. He actually breaks down. He decides he has to let her go, for her own good. He has to push her away so she can have a safe, wealthy life in Russia, even if it breaks his heart.
He opens the translator. He types in Spanish, "I am not wealthy or strong enough for this right now. You deserve a stable life. I must fix my own life alone. Please find your peace."
He hit translate to Russian. He copied the text. He doesn't even know what the Russian letters mean. He just sent it. Let me tell you what the app actually sent to Lena.
The message arrived on her phone at 3 a.m. In cold, broken Russian, the app translated his words to, "I have no power for you. You must take a normal life. I am finishing this to be by myself. Do not disturb my peace."
Can you imagine?
Lena read it. "I am finishing this. Do not disturb my peace."
To her, it didn't sound like sacrifice. It sounded cold. It sounded like he was annoyed by her problems. It sounded like he was throwing her away like garbage.
She didn't cry. She just froze. The cold of St. Petersburg completely filled her chest.
She didn't reply. She deleted the app. She deleted his number. She surrendered and agreed to marry the banker.
Silence. Complete and utter silence for 6 long months.
Rustam is destroyed. He thinks she moved on happily to her rich life. Lena is destroyed. She thinks she was just a stupid internet game to him.
But here's the twist. This changes everything.
Lena starts preparing for her new, boring life, but the anger inside her makes her do something unexpected. She decides she never wants to be trapped by a machine or her surroundings again.
She starts studying English, not Spanish. English, the global language. She wants a way to speak to the whole world directly, without filters.
She buys grammar books. She listens to podcasts, maybe even the English Mint podcast. She studies vocabulary every night. Real English, not app English.
And Rustam in Madrid, the pain of losing Lena does something to him too. He hates the translation app. He blames the machine for ruining his life.
He stops feeling sorry for himself. He starts taking night classes. He starts learning English. Why English? Because he knows it's the bridge language of the world. If he ever finds her again, he wants to speak a language they can both learn on equal ground.
A year passes. Lena is 3 weeks away from her wedding. She's cleaning her old computer to make room for her new husband's files. She finds a hidden folder.
Inside, there are short audio files. Back when they were playing around, they had tried using an English translation app to send funny voice notes.
She puts her headphones on. She clicks play.
She hears Rustam's voice speaking broken, app-translated English from a year ago, nervous, shaking.
"Lena, how to say, I look the sky, I see you, I want hold your hand, but my hand is dirty, I am sorry."
Lena stops. She listens again. "My hand is dirty, I am sorry."
Suddenly, with her new fluent English skills, she hears something she couldn't hear before.
She hears the emotional texture. She hears the deep shame in his voice. He wasn't talking about literally having dirt on his hands. He was talking about his worth.
She thinks back to that terrible final text message. "I am finishing this. Do not disturb my peace."
She grabs her notebook. She reverse engineers the bad translation in her head. She realizes the app took his Spanish idiom for "I have nothing to offer you" and turned it into "I have no power for you."
She realizes "do not disturb my peace" meant Find your peace.
He didn't abandon her. He felt unworthy of her. He was protecting her from his own poverty.
Lena stands up. Her heart is hammering in her chest. The wedding to the banker is in 3 weeks. Her expensive wedding dress is hanging on the door.
She finds his old number in a forgotten notebook. She doesn't text. She doesn't use the app.
She calls him.
It is 2 p.m. in Madrid. Rustam is under a car at the auto shop. The loud drill is spinning. His phone rings. An unknown Russian number.
He slides out from under the car. He wipes grease off his screen. He answers. Diga.
Lena takes a deep breath. No Russian, no Spanish, no translator app. Just her, her brain, and the English she fought for.
She says, Rustam, it is Lena. Speak to me in English. Do not hang up.
Rustam drops his wrench. It clangs against the concrete. The world stops spinning. Lena, you're English? You learned?
I learned, she says, and I know the truth. I know what your message meant a year ago. You were scared. You had no money, but you were an idiot to push me away.
She is angry, but it's a beautiful, fierce anger.
Rustam's voice breaks. Lena, I am still a mechanic. I am still under cars. I have no big house for you.
Listen to Lena's reply, guys. This is the power of true language. She says, I do not care about a big house. I care about your voice. I am not marrying Nikolai. Tell me to come to Madrid.
Boom.
Just like that. No hesitation.
But it wasn't a movie. She couldn't just fly the next day. Visas take time.
So began the hardest, most beautiful year of their lives.
They spoke every single day. Only in English. It was their neutral territory, their safe zone.
Every time they hit a wall, every time they didn't know a word, they didn't open the translator.
No, if Rustam didn't know the word for frustrated, he would explain it in simple English. He would say, Lena, my brain feels like a traffic jam today.
And Lena would say, I understand. Let's park the cars. Let's just breathe.
Do you see what they are doing? They aren't just learning vocabulary, they're building intimacy.
Mistakes became their inside jokes. Grammar errors became their secret handshakes.
Rustam worked double shifts at the garage to help save money for her visa. Lena fought terrible arguments with her family. Her parents kicked her out. She lived in a tiny room, working at the library just to pay for her paperwork.
It was dark, but every night, Rustam's broken, beautiful English was her lighthouse.
2 years after that first disastrous text message.
Madrid Barajas Airport, Terminal 4.
The Spanish heat is heavy. The terminal is packed with tourists, families, and business people.
Rustam is standing by the arrivals gate. He's wearing a clean, white shirt. His hands still have the faint, dark stains of motor oil, but he holds a single red rose.
His heart is beating so fast he feels sick. What if she looks different? What if they can't talk in person? What if the magic was only on the phone?
The sliding glass doors open.
People pour out, and then the crowd parts.
Lena.
She looks tired. The flight was long. She has a heavy backpack. But when she sees him,
the exhaustion vanishes.
They don't run like in the movies. They walk towards each other slowly. The distance of thousands of miles, the cold of Russia, the heat of Spain, the mistakes, the silence, it all collapses into 1 meter.
They stand face to face.
Rustam looks at her eyes. He doesn't need an app. He doesn't need to search his phone for the perfect grammar.
He reaches out, touches her cheek with his rough hands, and says, in perfect, clear English, "You are finally here."
Lena smiles. Tears spill over her eyelashes. She whispers back, "I am never using a dictionary again. You are my meaning."
Wow, you are my meaning. If that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what will.
This story, guys, it's the brutal truth about language.
Exactly. Why are you learning English right now? Are you learning it to pass an exam?
That's fine, but that won't keep you warm at night. That won't give you the strength to study at 2 a.m.
Language is a weapon. It's a tool for survival.
Lena and Rustam didn't learn English for a certificate. They learned it to bypass the machines. They learned it to rescue each other from the silence.
When you stop treating English like a math problem and start treating it like a bridge to another human soul, you become unstoppable.
You stop caring if you use the past participle correctly. You start caring if the person listening felt what you said.
So let me ask you,
Are you still hiding behind translation apps? Are you still letting a machine speak for your heart?
or are you ready to make mistakes? Are you ready to sound foolish just to be real?
Comment Lena if you have ever been misunderstood because of bad translation, if you know the pain of silence.
Or comment Rustam if you are working quietly in the dark, building your skills to finally meet your future.
Speaking in English with mistakes, but being real, better than perfect silence any day.
We're going to read every single comment. We want to know what drives you.
Don't just listen to this story and go to sleep. Wake up, repeat the phrases, shadow our voices.
Because one day you're going to need the right words, and an app won't be able to save you.
Keep practicing.
Keep speaking.
We'll see you next time on the English Mint podcast.
That felt real, didn't it?
Very real. I hope they're listening.
They are. I know they are.